Well, for more now, I'm joined here in the studio by Özcan Mutlu. He's a member of the German parliament from the Green Party. Mr. Mutlu was born in Turkey, but came to Berlin as a child and acquired German citizenship. Welcome to DW News.
Hi.
Mr. Mutlu, what do you think? We heard in our report just there the idea that German-Turkish relations are being exploited by politicians. Is that a commonly held view among Turks and among Turkish Germans?
Yeah, that's true. The problem is on both sides. Politicians, instead of trying to build bridges to bring these two countries together, which they have a lot of relations with, they do the opposite. They abuse the relations for election campaign in Turkey as well as in Germany. I mean, recent days you see what happens in German politics, the German-Turkish European membership, etc., etc. So my appeal to the politicians is calm down. Because there are more than almost 3 million Turks living in Germany. We have cultural ties, we have economical ties, and tensions are not needed in these days.
Now, Turkey has recently detained a number of German citizens. Is it safe for German nationals to travel to Turkey?
Exactly 12 people are in jail now with German passport, and at the same time 25 persons cannot leave Turkey. They are Germans with Turkish descent, and Turkey doesn't allow them to leave the country for what reasons we don't know. And it is not safe as it was before, but I just was recently in Turkey. I felt safe. I visited my parents for a few days, but would I do holidays in Turkey? Would I tell anybody to go to Turkey for holidays these days? I would say no.
Now, there has been a very vicious, if you will, rhetoric between Turkey and Germany at the highest levels. Has Chancellor Angela Merkel taken a tough enough stance in responding to those, do you think?
Nowadays, a little bit, but in the past they did not. And we are now paying the price for all the visits Mrs. Merkel did to Turkey, and not talking about human rights abuses, not talking about freedom of press and similar issues. So
you think that would have changed the situation?
Oh yeah, definitely. If she would talk clearly at the very beginning, regardless of this refugee deal with Turkey and European Union, I think Ankara would have understand this. But nowadays, they don't care what Germany says, because they believe in Ankara. Germany is depending on Turkey because of the refugee deal. They believe that Germany, and Berlin especially, is weak for what reasons ever, and that's why they don't listen anymore.
The Turkish-German relations have become an important topic in the current election campaign here in Germany. Some are saying that Germany should advocate within the European Union to suspend accession talks for Turkey. Do you think that's the right approach?
I don't think that's the right approach, but the talks are stopped anyhow. I mean, since almost a year, we don't have any talks between the European Union and Turkey because of the political incidents and movements in Turkey. And again, we are paying the price for not taking Turkey seriously, to not taking Turkey into this European Union. Imagine 10, 15 years ago, we would have serious talks bringing Turkey into the European Union, and maybe Erdogan wouldn't be the autocrat he is now.
Now, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, he has taken an unprecedented step of weighing in on Germany's election. Let's listen to remarks he made last month.
I call on all Turks who are living in Germany, do not support the wrong political parties. The Christian Democrats, SPD, and the Green Party are all enemies of Turkey. Support the parties who are not enemies of Turkey.
Very strong statements there regarding Germany's election. Do you think that Erdogan's call to German-Turkish voters will actually have any impact?
first of all, it is unacceptable that the Turkish president is trying to influence German elections in such a direct way. And he is the one who always blames other countries that they do try to influence his country's people in elections, etc. Secondly, I don't think that this will have a big impact. The ones who listen to this statement, they don't go to vote, or they don't vote for Green Social Democrats or Christian Democrats anyhow. Therefore, I don't think that this will have a big impact. I morally believe that it will have the opposite effect. More Turkish people who maybe weren't interested in German elections, German Turks, after this statement, they go and vote for democratic parties. I'm quite sure, and that's my experience on the streets. Many people with Turkish background, German citizens, come and tell me, now I go and vote because of this statement.
Mr. Mutlu, thank you so much for talking with us this morning. Özcan Mutlu is a member of the German parliament for the Green Party, born in Turkey, but acquired citizenship here in Germany. Thank you for being with us this morning on DW News.